Hello, welcome to another episode of Medical Files brought to you by Studio 77, where your health is our priority. I am Ade-Adeleke Favour Eewajesu, beauty, always on duty. And today we'll be talking about something very mysterious, powerful, and deeply personal, and that is autoimmune diseases. So imagine this, that your immune system that is meant to protect you turns around and starts attacking your body. That is what autoimmune diseases do. And why it is not really spoken about like malaria, typhoid or diabetes. It is affecting more people than we realize. Now, what are autoimmune diseases? Your immune system is like the defense army of your body. It helps you to fight off bacteria, viruses, and other harmful invaders. But in autoimmune disease, the immune system starts attacking healthy cells as if they were threats. Now, there are 80 different types of autoimmune diseases, including lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, type 1 diabetes, psoriasis, and Graves' disease. Each of these diseases affects different parts of the body and cause a range of symptoms. Now, what are the common symptoms of autoimmune disease? Autoimmune diseases can affect anyone, but it's mostly common in women, and the symptoms may vary. But common symptoms include fatigue that doesn't go away, skin rash or discoloration, muscle aches, fever, hair loss, numbness or tingling in the hand or feet. The tricky part is that these symptoms, they often come and go, making diagnosis very difficult. So now, what causes autoimmune disease? Doctors don't really know the exact cause of autoimmune diseases, and they believe it can be tied to genetics. Family history can play a role. Environmental factors like pollution or certain chemicals can also play a role. Also, infections that trigger the immune system can play a role, and hormonal changes, and that is why it affects women the most. Now, how can it be diagnosed? There is particularly no diagnosis for autoimmune disease, but there are several markers that doctors use to diagnose these diseases. Because symptoms sometimes vary and overlap with other diseases, they are very difficult to diagnose, and it also takes time. Doctors may make use of blood tests to check for markers of inflammation. You can do autoantibody tests and also make use of scan or biopsies to check for organ damage. Now, can autoimmune diseases be treated? There is really no permanent cure yet for autoimmune diseases, but there are effective treatments to help control symptoms and improve the quality of life. Treatment may include anti-inflammatory drugs, steroids to reduce immune activity, immunosuppressants, lifestyle changes like stress reduction, healthy eating, and physical therapy. So now, what happens when one is living with an autoimmune disease? Living with an autoimmune disease can be very challenging, because there might be a moment of flare-up where the disease comes at peak and followed by periods of relief. And it even makes such person to have emotional struggles, because oftentimes we are misunderstood, or you can even live in isolation because many people will not understand what you are going through. And that is why awareness is key. When people understand what autoimmune disease is, it can help them to support other people living with it. Now, let's wait quickly on some of the things we've talked about when it comes to autoimmune disease. Autoimmune disease is a condition whereby the immune system, which is meant to protect you, turns around and starts fighting you, that is attacking your body. It begins to affect the healthy cells as if they were threats, and the symptoms vary. The sense that symptoms vary, which could be hair loss, fatigue that doesn't go away, skin rashes or discoloration, and so on and so forth. Then we talked about the diagnosis. We said it can really not be diagnosed because the symptoms vary and that pick other diseases. But how can it be diagnosed? Through genetics. if there's someone in your family that has an history of autoimmune disease, such person will have it. Another one is infections that trigger the immune system. Another one is environmental factors like pollution or some chemicals, hormonal changes. And we talked about how that these hormonal changes is the reason why women are mostly affected. Now when it comes to treatment, there's really no cure, but there are some treatments that one can undergo so that it can improve the quality of life and manage these diseases effectively. Treatments include anti-inflammatory drugs, immunosuppressants, and also lifestyle changes such as eating healthy, exercising, and physical therapy. Now in conclusion, autoimmune diseases are very powerful and are often invisible battles. And if you have been dealing with unexplained pain, fatigue, or chronic symptoms, do not keep quiet about them. See a doctor, ask questions, and keep pushing for answers. And also, if you know someone going through it, a little compassion will go a long way. And with this, we've come to the end of today's episode of Medical Files, brought to you by Studio 77. I remain Beauty, always on duty. Join me again next week, same time, same platform, as I bring to you another episode of Medical Files. Till then, always remember that your health is your most valuable asset. Protect it. Bye.